I'm Kyle on the mic, and this is Stand Out with Kyle. What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Stand Out with Kyle. Before we get started, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and follow us on all social medias at Stand Out with Kyle. Now, today we have a dope guest. I'm so excited to finally have her in the Stand Out studios. Please welcome someone who's just a triple threat. Overall, musician, artist, a great person, my friend. I mean, listen, she has literally been taking us on a storm for decades with her music, you know, through all the trials and tribulations we all go to. Her music just heals the soul. I mean, and she's just the one and only. Please show love to the one, the only, Alex Vaughn.
Thank you for that intro, Kyle.
Hey, come on now. You can dance a little bit.
I'll take it.
Yeah, Alex been working on her little 1-2 step, but you know, you've been great. But first of all, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling so good. I'm really happy to be here.
Yes, I'm happy to have you here. Well, before we get started, we start off with an icebreaker. Okay. All right, so we play a game just to get the vibes and everything going. And this game is called So Be It. So be it.
I see what you did.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
how the game is going to work is a this or that game, all right? So I'm going to give you a this or that. Now, you have to answer the question, but if you cannot answer the question, your safe word is so be it. But if you say so be it, you will have a penalty. You'll have to call somebody on your phone when they answer, sing the song, so be it, and hang up.
And just hang up.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
So again, if you say so be it, there's a penalty. You'll have to call.
Okay.
And sing the song. Okay.
All right.
All right. You ready for your first this or that? All right. Miss a lyric on stage or a dance move. Mess up a lyric on stage or a dance move. She's thinking.
Miss a lyric?
Okay, so you'd rather mess up a lyric than a dance move.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'd rather mess up
A lyric or mess up a dance move.
I'd rather mess up a dance move.
Okay, got you. Yeah, you want to make sure the lyric, because the fans can be like, hold on, that wasn't in the song.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Headline Coachella or Roots Picnic?
Damn. So be it.
Oh! We have a first so be it. So go ahead and
Right now.
Oh yeah, Yeah, you gotta find a number, call them, and then, you know, hopefully they answer. All right? And put on speaker too. Yes.
Oh God, I'm scared how they're gonna answer the phone.
It's all right, let them use you now. So be it, right?
Speakerphone.
Speakerphone.
Please don't be
You
crazy.
better answer.
Please don't answer the phone. Crazy.
No, answer for Alex Vaughn.
This is a rare occasion.
Okay.
She's the first ring.
Your call has been forwarded.
It's all right. All right, Alex was saved. You were saved by the
So
bell.
be it.
Okay, so all right, okay. All right, your next one. Winning a Grammy Award or having a Billboard #1 hit? Let them use you now.
I'm just gonna say Grammy.
A Grammy. Okay, all right. Shout out to the Grammy. We're manifesting that for you, okay?
Yes.
Grammy Awards coming your way. All right. Now it's about to get a little spicy, okay? All right.
More spicy.
Oh, yeah, we love Jesus, all right? Drake or Kendrick?
Drendrick?
Oh, have you heard of Gendrick? No, Drake or
Have you ever heard
Kendrick?
of Drendrick?
No, I never heard
Crake?
of him. Huh?
Crake?
No, never heard of him either.
Craig Drake Lamar?
No, maybe. I think there's one or the other. So let us know or just use your code word. But you already know there's consequences for saying the code word.
So be it.
So be it. Another so be it. All right, come on now. Let them use it. It's all right, Alex. It's fine, you know. Someone's going to answer the call, all right?
If I call my mom, she's going to be so confused.
It's all right. She loves you. Your mom's gonna, we're gonna talk about her too. Shout out to Mama Alex Vaughn. Speaker. Mm-hmm. Good thing you're not in trouble.
Man.
No, the Alex text her saying, girl, don't answer.
Crazy. I literally had one call.
Mm-hmm. It's all right.
Mom, read my mind. And they're all gonna call back at the same time.
Yeah, man, it's all right though.
You've reached.
Oh, dang.
Oh, so
Call again.
Try,
you gotta call
try
again.
somebody else.
Mm-hmm. You got it.
Hey, girl.
So be it.
Oh.
Hey.
There you go. There you go. Coming up for So Be It. All right. Listen, I had another one, but you were going to say So Be It regardless. It was going to be Prince or Michael Jackson. You had to choose one. Could you answer that one?
You know, I feel like every answer is technically So Be It.
Oh, okay. So, you know what? So, clap it up for our So Be It Icebreaker with Alex Vaughn. Let's say So Be It on 3. 1, 2, 3. So Be It. All right. Can we try to harmonize it? What's the yes?
So Be It.
So Be It.
So Be It.
What's my note? So Be It. So
Be It.
So be it.
Or
1, 2, 3. So be it. Hey! All right. One more time. 1, 2, 3. So be it. Hey! Alex, I'm about to be a background
R&B in the
singer.
house.
Come on. Now let's go ahead and get started to this conversation, Alex. First of
Okay.
all, I feel like you stand out just as an artist, a person, this overall, this aura of yourself. But I'm gonna go back to the beginning. But before we go there, what have you been up to? You were just at Syracuse performing. Was performing yesterday? Was it yesterday?
it was 2 days ago.
2 days ago. How was that?
It was amazing. You know, Syracuse is a humongous school. It's like 20,000 kids on the lawn. It started raining, so when it started raining, I got a little worried that
Okay.
people would probably like scurry inside. But I feel like that really brought people forward.
Yes, I feel like singing in the rain. I feel like that's one artist's dream to do. You know, have that singing in the rain performance. What song were you singing when it was raining?
I wasn't singing So Be It.
Okay.
I think I was on an old song of mine called ISH.
Ooh, a throwback right there. And it was the rain and everything, the aura. You had the whole band there. I saw snippets on your IG story, and then obviously you sounded amazing. The mic was on. Alex don't do no lip singing, okay? If you haven't Alex perform, the mic is on, no matter what it is. But let's take it back a little bit. Let's talk about the origin, beginning of Alex Vaughn. Now, this is a throwback for me. You know, it's the full circle moment because we went to Suitland together.
We did.
Suitland, hey, I'm in high school. Now, you were in the VPA program, so was I. I was in theater, and you were in chorus. Now, talk about Alex Vaughn in high school, you know, being in a musical program. How did that help, you know, shape you into like your musical journey or just developing yourself this as an artist or just even getting your voice this together as an artist?
I feel like going to Suitland and just growing up in this area, it's more than the musical influence. It's just the energy, the personality, the aura of just the community. And, you know, being exposed to so many different genres, especially at a young age, it's just, your brain's already a sponge. So you just absorb anything that you are interested in, something that you might want to hold on to for later. And there's zero fear or thoughts or doubts at that age. So I feel like just being a young sponge and just staying curious, it just inspires all the music that I've made.
No, for sure. And people, I want them to know, like, you are classically like trained. Like, you were opera, singing songs in different languages. Like, you were that girl at Suitland. Like, I didn't know who you were at first because I would always hear like, oh my God, you have to hear Alex sing. I'm thinking like, who is this guy?
Which is crazy.
Yeah, and I'm like, actually, it's that girl. She's a girl. And you were like, you literally, people would come, like, I know y'all would have like certain times y'all would like sing and people can sit there and I forget what it's called, but
jurisdiction.
yeah,
Jury.
and you would be singing opera in different languages. Like, how was that learning different languages, but also learning the techniques with opera at an early age?
It was very cool. You know, when I went to Suitland, I thought that it was going to be a performing arts like fame. You know, like people dancing and banging on the tables in the cafeteria, but it was not that at all. You know, as we both know.
Yeah.
So when I realized it was classical music, it was just like, oh, something new I can do with my voice, like some new techniques. Like, it's just curiosity that kind of led the way. And then you're like, oh my goodness, I can learn to sing and read and Italian, French, and German.
Come on, let them know. Come on, those are 3 languages right there,
those
okay?
are like the big 3 when it comes to classical music.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's, I guess when you say it out loud, it's like, damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, French, Italian, and German. And, you know, when you don't know the songs, you have to really know the meaning of it. And so you are like taking in a song and digesting it and delivering it in just a different way. So it's just enhanced my level of understanding for anything that I hear.
No, for sure. And like when you think of classical music as well, it's also the vocals, but also you're a pianist, if that's the word. You know how to play the piano. But I want to take it back a little bit further.
A little further.
Yes. So little Alex, you know.
Just a baby.
Yes. When did you get that niche of like wanting to start getting into music? When you know piano, I know your grandmother was someone definitely was a staple to you. Her piano was the first piano you saw, and from there you were just tapping on there. But it sparked something in you. Talk about that journey.
So she was her home, you know, all kids go to their grandmother's house.
Yeah.
And she had a piano. You know, my brother gravitated towards a soccer ball. My cousin liked movies. And, you know, everybody just found their thing. But I just crawled onto the bench. And I don't know, I just used to bang on the keys and I just enjoyed sounds.
Yeah.
And, you know, as soon as I learned to like use my vocal cords, I was humming. And I might not have been humming a real song, but just that connection between myself and the piano and just my voice and just navigating it. It was crazy. You know,
Yeah.
it was kind of like we picked each other.
Yes, facts. And then like the rest was just history.
And the rest was history. I was put in lessons. One of my older teachers, she had taught me like, you know, scales, and then she had passed on, and her son was like more specialized in jazz piano. So then he started teaching me about chord progressions versus just scales, and like put me on to like Stevie Wonder and the Beatles and Sarah Vaughan, and just showing me just this new world. I'm not even, you know, 8, like I'm a kid.
Yeah.
A real kid. And I don't know, it was just like, wow, like there's a world out there. And I'd like to figure out how to be part of it.
No, facts. No, and I loved it. I know like growing up, Alicia Keys was an artist you listened to a lot as a child, you know.
She was.
How impactful was she on your youthfulness?
Huge. And to this day, like I always think about, you know, when I was taking piano lessons, because this was something I was interested in, but then, you know, going to school, you see that people are interested in other things.
Yeah.
At the time, you don't realize, like, people can be interested in different things. You're just like, I'm doing something boring or lame. And then Alicia Keys comes out, and I had braids, and she had braids. It was just like the representation at the time, and just seeing how the music can expand, not just from what you hear, but just the feeling.
Yeah.
You know, one of my favorite Alicia Keys songs is You Don't Know My Name. It's one of my favorite songs, period.
Yeah.
Because it's just describing a feeling. And there was still piano involved, but it didn't feel like, you know, stiff or stuffy.
Yeah.
It still felt free. And I was like, I want to be my own version of that. I want to make her proud.
Yes, yes. It's like on this train to like success. Like you're going through different phases and stuff, and you're on this ride. But speaking about trains, now before y'all know, well, hold on.
I wasn't even thinking like that.
So be it. All right. But I heard from a little birdie, like before it was music, you wanted to be a train conductor or join the military like your father. Is that true?
No.
Yeah.
Yes, no,
Yeah.
I did used to want to be a train conductor, but honestly, like, it was in the military. I used to want to be in the Army.
Wow, and look.
That's why I was like, you know.
Oh, no.
It's not true.
Alex Vaughn, Army strong.
No. I honestly just like the outfits. Truly, I just thought the overalls were fly, and, you know, I knew I've been working on the railroad.
Hey.
I used to just think that was a cute combo, just the outfit and the song. And then the military, again, it was just the cargo pants. And then my dad, he served in the military for a really long time.
Yes.
It was always music. Like, can I sing with the military clothes on? And then I just kind of figured it out from there.
Yes, but you know how, speaking about your parents and your dad, you know, your name is Alex Vaughn.
It is.
But you're kind of a fraud.
I am no fraud.
But no, you're not a fraud. But I learned how you spell your name, Vaughn, but it's actually your middle name. And it's spelled V-O-N. But you spell it V-A-U-G.
H-N.
So what went into, like, you know, wanting to spell it that way when discovering your name is Alex Vaughn?
Honestly, I just thought Vaughn as a surname, like V-O-N, it just looked weird. It just felt like incomplete, like I needed some more, like just more. So I was like, I'll just go ahead and borrow the way my dad's name is spelled, because I'm named after my dad.
Yes.
So he's Vaughn Alexander. I'm Alexandria Vaughn. And since I had to take on his name anyway, I figured I'd just borrow it again.
No, facts. Now, I'm going to move forward down to, you as an artist. Now, I know back then your name was, on IG, was Who is Alex Vaughn? And now your name is Alex Vaughn. Talk about that transition of really finding yourself as an artist, and what made you want to change it from Who is Alex Vaughn to Alex Vaughn? Was it like something that sparked that or anything? Or it was just like, I think it's just like, I know who I am. Now I'm going to just say my name is Alex Vaughn. Like, what was that transition like?
If I'm being completely honest, I had a hard time letting go of Who was Alex Vaughn, because it just kind of left me like this space to just figure it out, right? But then I had this moment with myself, and it was just like, you need to know who you are and what you want. You need to declare it. And I think there's like a lot of power in it, because you can declare something and still not really be sure and still be figuring it out. But it's like you're stamping like who you are and what you want, no matter what happens. So that was a transition. Sometimes I think about Who is Alex Vaughn, like, damn girl, I miss you. But I'm happy to be this person now and be able to keep Who is Alex Vaughn with me, because we're all the same person. It's just an elevation journey.
Yes, it's a transition. And like you said, like, it's an elevation journey. But I want to talk about, as an artist, how important is, image, keeping the image in transition? Because we see a lot of faces of Alex Vaughn, from the purple hair, to the blonde. Like, the purple hair was a staple, and then now the blonde. I'm loving the blonde. I love how you're exploring transitions to different colors and everything. But talk about, the transition just with hair, how important is image and things like that when it comes to artistry, or just as Alex Vaughn?
So this is an interesting question, because, as a girl, hair is so important. Like, just that is like a crown that sets the tone for the day, the week, for a lot. And as you think about, being a brand and the importance of it and consistency, sometimes it tends to clash, like with being a girl or just being a human, because you just want to try something new, or you want to, experiment, but you don't feel like it aligns with what's going on. I'm learning that you need to honor your human, and your human is your brand. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you have to exploit yourself, but still be open to trying and experimenting on things. And if it's a little different, it's a little different. Like, you are still you, no matter what the hair looks like. And in time, like, your fans or the people who see you for you will still see you for you, because the recipe's still the same.
It's like.
And the best part about hair is you can just kind of.
I can take it off and switch it. But and also staying out and let them know I am Alex Vaughn. But with the name Alex, were there any like growing up? Was there any like challenges just with like having the name Alex? You know how some people like back then, things people tease you on, and it's like now it's like, but you tease me on, now y'all love me and you're shouting out everywhere I
Hilarious.
go. Was there any like challenges or any like things that you had to go through sometimes being named Alex? Because back then people were cruel, especially with things with me. Some things I did back then they didn't like, and now they're like, man, I love how you stand out and be you now. But I think even having the name Alex stands out as well. But talk about the name. Like, was there any challenges with that younger and into now?
Yeah, there were challenges, but I can't really say if it was completely other people or it was a little bit of me too, because. My name was Alex. Short for Alexandria, which is a long name. You only hear it when you're in trouble. And everybody else knows the city, Alexandria. So that was always like, oh, Alexandria. But I used to want to be like no shade to any names, but like I just, I had friends named Nicole and Brianna and Brittany and Ashley, and I wanted to, why couldn't my middle name be Marie, man? Like, why can't I just have something like, why can't I be like other people? Like, I already felt different. Like, I was already like a chubbier girl, and I always had my glasses, and I was just like kind of in my own bubble about music. And it's like people just find things to nitpick about when I was really comfortable with myself. And it started the journey of like, is this okay? But there was a stronger part that's like, yeah, like I really like this. Like, Alex became like spunky, and I didn't want to like define my name as anything. Alex is Alex.
Yes, and I think
it's a perfect fit.
Yes, I think it's a perfect fit. And I tell people sometimes like their name really like some people like you look like your name, but I think your name really like you embrace and embody what that is, what the meaning of it is. Do you know what Alex or Alexandria stands for?
I don't want to be wrong, but I think it's a protector of mankind.
Oh, okay. Well, look, the mankind loves you. You've been protecting us through your music.
I'm not joking though. I really think that's what Alex means, or Alexandria.
Well, look, you've definitely been keeping the mankind entertained for a long time. And I'm going to talk about a transition into music. Now, you were able to recently go on, a year or so ago, on tour. Talk about the tour life. Talk about how it is as an artist going on tour. How was that recently? Going on tour, working with Ari Lennox, how was that?
Tour is incredible. I mean, performing is one of my favorite parts of being an artist. And I think that it's expanded even more in realizing the impact of performing in front of people.
Yeah.
It's just like the discovery. There's some people who have never seen or heard of you before. And I don't know what they're experiencing because I'm not meeting everyone individually, but just knowing the connection, and they're experiencing things that I've written about and experienced already, you know, so I can be of service. I can guide and help. It's just so powerful, and you just go to all these new cities and you just see different coasts, and it's just fabulous. Like, I love it so much. I can't wait to tour internationally.
Yes.
Just really reach as many as I can.
Yes, I think the cool thing when see you perform is your favorite line. Stop hallucinating over lame ass ends, lame ass ends. First of all, how did that line come about? I mean, I feel like that is like recently one of the most iconic lines right now that everybody loves. The one was going viral on social media. Everybody from different stages were saying it. They're trying to get the harmonies right. Like, talk about that. I like that's the song All Mirage, and also talk about just, you know, that line. How did that come about? Because one thing about you and your songwriting, I think you are so relatable to the times. You know, when you made Burn during the pandemic, you know, during like that time, I think that was perfectly with that time. But then even with Mirage, I think it was right, especially for the Hurt Book. We're gonna tap into the Hurt Book, but I'm gonna talk about that line right there. How did that come about?
So Mirage came about just by being in an unhealthy situationship. You know, someone does all the ideal things to get you, and once they have you, they stop or do less, and you just start seeing all these different sides, but you were like kind of locked in on the potential, and just you hear your friends, they just like kind of going hard on you, and you just find yourself like, who am I swinging at? It's like, they're not the bad guy, they're speaking facts right now. And you kind of know that within, which is why you're getting triggered. And I just would be in the mirror like blown, and it was really a voice in my head talking to me. Like, it was nobody who could have gotten that point across to me except for me. Like, can't nobody talk to me like that. Like, girl, stop. And when I did it, it was also an intrusive thought. Like, and I was like, let me just do both. And I remember being in the studio, like, like, do you want to keep that? I was like, yeah,
I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah.
How are studio sessions? How are Alex Vaughn studio sessions? Like, you give us like a descriptive of what it's like to be in the studio, just seeing your creative journey as Alex Vaughn. How was that?
You know, it's very comfortable, and it's comfortable but still challenging. I don't mean challenging in a bad way. I say comfortable because I am uncomfortable in the studio sometimes. Like, when I'm in the studio with like an engineer and a producer, maybe another writer, I get like self-conscious. Like, can I deliver or do my part? I don't know what their expectation is of me, like all these thoughts, and I have to do the icebreaker. So I just have to ask a question to just make everybody comfortable, and I don't have to necessarily reveal that, like, I don't think this, I don't want to project, but it's just like, just acknowledging the elephant in the room.
Exactly.
You know, and just warming up the space, and because when I get comfortable, I get kooky. And once I feel comfortable, I can really just unleash all the thoughts, intrusive thoughts, questions. I know that I can trust and have a conversation, because songs are conversations. So I want to make sure I trust your take, and and you know, you're willing to talk to me.
Exactly.
You feel comfortable talking to me, and I feel like once we have that vibe, even if we don't walk out with the whole album done or a complete record, or even if we walk out with 2 songs done, it's like we were able to develop something real. And that can only lead to something else real.
No, facts. And I think as an artist, when you put out these EPs, these albums, it's like literally like putting out your diary, basically. Like Hurt Book, it's literally like a diary of like your feelings and emotions, things you were going through. And first of all, Hurt Book is, can we clap it up for this Hurt Book? I mean, just by the title, I know, it's like my pain, but people can relate to it though, you know. And I know we talked about So Be It earlier, but you were able to work with like Rodney, Darkchild Jerkins. Now, how was that experience with writing So Be It, and just, you know, being in the studio with him? Like, how was that experience?
It was surreal, and shout out to Rodney Jerkins, because he's still like taps in and keeps in touch. I have really bad imposter syndrome. Like I've had it historically. So when I was asked to go down, I was told like, yeah, you're going to Orlando for a week and a half, and you about to be working with Rodney Jerkins. I'm just like,
what? Like,
okay.
We say that right?
What am I supposed to be doing now?
Yeah.
And so I got down there, and it was a bunch of rooms with all these different writers. Some I knew, which was really cool, and then some that I didn't, and just producers. And it was just a space that we're out in Florida, and we all been flown out, and I just...
Come on, getting flown out. Come on now. Hey,
I just could not like connect. Like, this is for me.
Yeah.
And I was going through like a best friend breakup, like one of my longest friends. We're back good now.
Come on now, come on. The circle of life.
Yeah, but it was just a rough, confusing time. Like, it was like shortly after I got signed, and some of my friends, like the relationships were starting to shift, and I don't think it's all because I got signed, but I think it was just that chapter of life.
Yeah.
And so I just felt really confused when I went down there, but also excited. I'll take a selfie.
Hey.
And that's what people see, and they're like, oh my God, like, yo, she's out in Orlando, man, it's up. But I was terrified a little bit.
Yeah, facts. That's a big step, and then working with such a big name, and it's like, all these people hear from me, now it's like a lot of like, okay, I got a lot of expectation. It's a lot of, I got to make sure I'm showing up for everybody because they're taking the time out for this,
Yeah, and it's just all these things that you create in your own head, right? Because then when I met Rodney, he was just superhuman and down to earth. And I was just like, oh, he's just like me for real.
Yes.
And then the fact that we're even out here is not because y'all reached out to him, he reached out to us.
Wow.
And so it's just like, wow, you see me, even in the confusion, because I don't know where I was when I wrote that song.
Yeah.
And I don't know where I am right now.
Yes.
And that first day is when I wrote So Be It. And I remember being in that room like, I don't know what's going on, y'all. I'll be honest, like, you guys are great. Like, we're in Atlanta. But like, I'm going through like a really bad like best friend thing. And then they was like, man, me too.
You heard din 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 din.
Seriously.
Din, din, din,
It's like,
din.
no, it's like, yeah. Literally, they played some loops, guitar loops, and that was the first one. And I freestyled the first verse.
You freestyled that one.
I freestyled the first verse, and then we all, and B-Shay, shout out to B-Shay, she was just like, so be it. I was like, hold on. It's been another time with you.
Hey, so be it.
And shout out to Reggie back then. We were all like sitting like, oh.
Come on. Come on, hey, you sounded good. I'm trying to keep up with you. I'm like, hold on, so be it.
It was very natural.
Yeah.
And it was really affirming because we just get in our heads about what we think things are supposed to be and what we think we're not doing and how we aren't enough, and we are.
Yes.
And it's deeper than rap, and it's like, it's more than what we see.
Yes, and I think having a good circle around you and having like, mental health is important. And having a great
100%.
circle, and like you talking about how So Be It, which is about that comfort space that you had to create this. Let's talk about the video. You had your girls with you in the video in the car. They're riding this vibe in. You just over here, this it's just real. The video was so real. I love how this authentic it was. It wasn't too much extraness. Like, it was just like, I'm in the car. I'm speaking my mind, my homegirls. Take us around behind the scenes with J. Cole, Gabby, Tamir, all a few of your friends were in there. How was it recording with Dumb and using your local hometown girls in that one too?
Looking back on it now, it was really powerful to have my girls there.
Yeah.
We hang out off the clock. And, they'll come to shows, but when I see them, I'm not on the clock. I'm Alex.
Yeah.
As soon as I see them, it's like I just break character. But when I'm at work, it's like, I want you guys to see me in my element and embracing my element. I get to see them in theirs because they're all superstars in their own right.
Yeah.
So it was cool. And having them in So Be It specifically, not even knowing like what the So Be It chapter was going to hit on in the first place. Meaning just our own personal lives and our personal relationships, and the video of us being in the car and vibing and doing all these things, not even realizing like these are the moments that we need to cherish, whether they last or slow down. It was trippy. It's trippy, and I'm so glad that I have that timepiece with my girls.
Yes.
And this is not to sound like, it sounds kind of like we're not cool no more. We're still
No.
But, we're all just like adulting and lifing, and it's a reminder to just like cherish the moments we have.
No, facts. Like, all you all are superstars in your own way. And like, speaking about superstars, who have been some dope people you were able to meet throughout your musical journey that you were just shocked about?
So I'm a bit of a nerd, so
That's fine. All of
like
us creatives are nerds. That's what makes us creative and stand out. You can't be the same. You gotta be a little different.
and this is no way like downplaying the people that I'm about to say, because I think all of them are. I'm a fangirl of everybody that I name. One of my friends, a DJ Camper, he's like a really amazing producer and musician.
Okay.
Like, I'm just in awe. And the fact that we just see each other, and I feel like we're just like two little sixth graders in music class, like in the practice room with like instruments. It's just like, wow, like I just stand for everything that he does. I was able to, of course, meet Ari Lennox.
Yes.
You know, I've met her on multiple occasions, like throughout both of our journeys, but to like, you know, see her and she sees me and just we see each other, it's just like, wow, like I really see you. Because I feel like the artists that I like and the musicians and celebrities or whatever, like I see the human in them. Like I root for the human in them, and I'm a fan of their music.
Yes.
So it's got to be both for me to feel the way I feel.
Yes.
Who else have I met?
Money Long. How was it? How was it? If you know,
Long.
you know. How was well meeting her and also having a record with her? How was that?
Money Long is a superhuman powerhouse, extraterrestrial, amazing woman. Like I met her. It was before both of us kind of like catapulted. And I remember being, I try to blame everything. It's like, I think Mercury was in retrograde. It was just something going on. Like just, what am I doing out here? Am I okay? And I pulled up to a session of hers. And she was just like, yeah. All right, yeah, we go with that one. And then, like, she was like knocking out songs like this. And I was
Wow.
like, damn. I was like, I can't, I don't know.
Like, what we gonna do?
And then it was another song, and then, you know, just the way my brain always is when I hear things that I enjoy, my intrusive thoughts kick in. I'm just like, maybe you should try this word instead. Is that? And then she's like, what do you think about this? And I was like, well, I think you should, you know,
He's like, yeah, I don't want to give you too much advice.
But it was just like, oh, wow. Like, I'm in your space, you trust me in the space, I'm in the space because I do this too. And it was just like, wow. And she's always, because she's been in this industry for some time and seen multiple sides of it. Like she's always been very vocal and just very helpful in, you know, just how to be more kind to yourself and how to just be free and just like release that block.
Yes, because you have to. And I know I wanted you to touch on, you know, being an artist in the industry. How are you able to keep yourself sane, or how is it in this industry as an artist, especially as a woman in this industry? Like, you know, what advice could you give to anybody out there? What have been some trials and tribulations you've had to overcome just with that as well?
I would say to give yourself a hug. I'd say to give yourself a hug because you're doing so many things you never thought that you'd be able to do.
Yeah.
Like, whether this is only the beginning step or 10 steps ahead or you not there yet. Like the bravery it took to just be in this position is just commendable.
Yeah.
And you will forget to give yourself props being in a space like this because you realize, you know, some things are for instant gratification or the things that you thought that you wanted were only instant gratification.
Yeah.
And you just become warped, and then you look on your Instagram and you see, you know, all these likes, and then you see like your friend's baby shower that you missed, and you know how much fun they're having.
Yeah.
And it's just like that human part of me that I feel like I have to pick between, and then you realize you don't have to do it at all.
Yeah.
You don't have to pick between anything. Like you can find your middle ground, and you feel like you're on a timeline, but I don't know, being in the industry has just showed me to like really take the best care of myself and just how I feel about myself, and you know, trust the people you have around you and trust your village, because there's so many people who are like out to get you, but there's so many people like ready to go hard for you.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful to have like met those people, and they can only go hard for you if you believe that you deserve people to go hard for you.
Yes, it's about, yeah.
So I think this journey has been incredible being in the industry. It's been wild, but I think through it all, like it's really just showed me how to take better care of myself, how to like go hard for myself, how to really like build my village and really, you know, take steps back and when to attack,
Yeah.
you know? and to not go like that.
Yeah, and mainly literally not go like that. But like you said, in this industry, especially for women, there's a lot of people telling you what they want you to do, what you should change, get this done, that done. But like you said, keeping that mindset and knowing, who I am, having people around me who know who I am, who really care about who I am is key essential as well. Go ahead.
And I think, it's partially like people telling you, like, it's really the audacity, like, people telling you like how you should look and what you should do. And these are just suggestions. They also are like, just shooting the same way you are. But sometimes it'll alert like parts of you that you've probably said about yourself before. And that's when you have to like really debunk it. So I feel like this journey has made me really peel the onion on a lot of like unaddressed feelings I've had about myself that could really push me forward if I could address them. But yeah, it's really like it just makes you reflect on what you've thought about yourself the whole time, because now you're in spaces that you've only seen on TV. You never thought that you'd be that close.
Yes,
and you are, because you them.
And speaking about TV, talk about the cipher you did for the BET Awards. Why? Tell them that was y'all killed that. That was one of the best ciphers, R&B ciphers right there. Talk about that experience. So
when I was asked to do the Soul Cipher, I was like, okay, like cool. It was like right before like my birthday. So I was like, this is a vibe. And we went out there, and my eyes kept watering every single take. We did like 14 takes.
Yeah, wow.
That was my first time meeting Duran Bernard.
Oh, icon right there.
I love Duran Bernard. I couldn't even finish the list of all the famous people I met. Everybody that I've met is incredible and they're famous.
Yes.
And Duran Bernard is one of them. He's oh my God. But I met him and Money Long's there, so I was comfortable seeing her, and I met Tasha Cobbs.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Come on now.
A powerhouse. That was a whole crossover.
Yes.
And I heard, they sent us the beat. It wasn't like a full-on freestyle. It was a freestyle, but
we know how TV goes. Yeah, we know how it goes.
But it was cool, and I remember being at the Soul Train Awards. That was my first carpet. Wow. It was like 50 degrees, and when you think of carpet, you don't think about the weather. You just see a carpet.
It's LA. It's always warm.
And then I had my reserved seat, and I saw myself on the big screen, and part of me wanted to nitpick every single edit, every facial expression. Why did I do my shoulders like that? Everything I wanted to pick at it, but I was like, bruh, we're in Vegas right now.
Yeah.
Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, this is the beginning of many, and like I want to be, and like I want all my music to be like, good things have to marinate. So the people who caught it on the first win, shout out to y'all, and the people who discover it to this day, like, thank you for just seeing me, because I've meant every word I said in that song.
Yes.
In that freestyle.
No, and that one, y'all, there's all three. I mean, all the voices together, y'all made a masterpiece. Even though it was a cipher, I felt that.
Oh yeah, no, and then the human nature part. Then I was like, I think we should.
So we can we possibly see you, Duran, possibly doing some music sometime soon?
100%. I am.
I know he did a Tiny Desk. You might have joined him on a Tiny Desk or something. I don't know.
That's probably one of my top 5 favorite Tiny Desks.
Yes, but speak about artists and people you worked with before. I know we had to wrap up, but you had a song with Corday that recently came out. How was that song with him?
That was really cool. I remember when we first had the session. I just pulled up to this big, beautiful house in Malibu, and it's just like, yeah, most of my friends who are artists are like, yeah, can you just ask some stuff real quick? So I don't even know what's going on. I don't know when it's coming out. I don't know what the song's called. I only know the 4-8 bars on repeat. So I'm just doing the jam and and just some other stuff. He's like, yeah, can you just sing this over for me? I was like, yeah, sure. And then I saw my other friend there, Bongo, an incredible producer. I had met one of my really great friends, Lakon, who's an incredible artist. And we were just vibing. Like, that's how it felt. It was very quick, and then, a year and a half later, then it's like, oh, wait.
That's crazy. Me. So listen, artists, you all make music, and it could come out like a year or two later, and you just be like, oh yeah, we did do that.
100%.
Wow.
The song, fun fact, the song that Rodney Jerkins first heard of mine is a song on my project called I'm Leaving, which he also produced, but I wrote that song in 2014.
Wow, and it came out years?
I wrote that song in 2014 and put it on YouTube. It was just me and the piano. It was a video. And I remember exactly how my eyeliner looked, but I digress.
All things are eyeliner.
But I did not want that song to come out because I was like, this is just old, it's outdated, doesn't feel like me, but the fact that that was the song that gravitated him towards me just shows that, there's a sign of timelessness.
No, facts. I love, we can hear and talk all day,
know.
But I love the things you talked on, self-identification, coming into the womanhood of who you are, even as Alexandria. And also as Alex Vaughn, especially as an artist in this industry and having a village. And, before we wrap up, I want you to plug in something that you created that brings the village together that I've hosted. And I appreciate the opportunity for me having to host this AV sessions. Talk about, plug that in. How can people follow you, keep up with you, go out to AV sessions? Because artists are always asking, where can I go to, how can I get to where you at? Or where can I go, showcase my music? Or what opportunities are there for you? If you're watching this, we have the answer right here. Plug it in, Alex. Right here. Plug it in.
So yes, we throw an open mic the third Wednesday of every month called AV Sessions at Pie Shop on 8th Street in Northeast DC. We've been able to have our amazing, talented person being Kyle on the mic, being our host, whenever he feels welcomed.
Thank you.
Which is always.
Thank you. I appreciate it. The door's always open. Same.
But it's a space for any creatives at any stage of your journey to just come out and just get your 10,000 hours. We have a live band who's there to back you up. We have featured artists. There's some nights where it's just open mic all night. Even if you don't get on the stage, you can just network and just start to create your own village. Instead of trying to break into another scene, create your own. So it's a safe space. And I'd love for you to be part.
Yes.
And you can follow it on social media at AV Sessions Open Mic.
And where can they follow you on? And any music, anything we can look forward to coming up soon? Any exclusive?
I will tell you this. I have so much music that I'm sitting on right now. And the way that life goes, I don't know. It's going to be crazy when it comes out.
I cannot wait. We've been seeing the shoots, the photo shoots, everything. You've been doing the national anthems. You've been doing great things. But before we go ahead and wrap up, let them know where they can follow you at all social medias and where they can keep updated for some exclusives that could be coming out, anytime soon on whatever you want to release.
Yes, you can find me on social media, on all streaming platforms, on all music streaming by typing in Alex Vaughn, Vaughn.
That's right. And make sure you're streaming Hit a Wall. That's out as well. Amazing song right there.
Hit it.
Come on, I think I hit a wall. Hey. And it's not
your fault.
Oh, maybe I just need a little. Keep going.
Why's it gotta be so hard?
Keep going.
Don't break your heart. I think we hit a wall.
Whoa.
And it's all my fault.
Hey, Alex Vaughn right here on Stand Out with Kyle. Make sure you follow us on all social medias at Stand Out with Kyle, Alex Vaughn. I appreciate you. I see you. Keep killing it. Keep doing your thing. And I'm glad to see the journey that you're on. And I wish you nothing but success because you are a star. You stand out and you've been uniquely you. And that's why we're standing out right here with Alex Vaughn. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Kyle.
Hey.